Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Chairman of IPGA, Bimal Kothari. Mr. Kothari, thank you so much for joining in. First of all, your sense on the sowing numbers itself, it seems better than last year. But when you look deeper, when you look at each of those pulses, that is where the devil clearly appears. What has been your sense on that till time?
Thank you, Manisha ji, for inviting me. So far, I think it's too early to predict the numbers, but whatever the information we are getting, I think for mung beans we had a good crop we had a good summer crop, and the Kharif crop also looks good, and urad also is as of now it looks good. I mean, if you compare to the earlier years, I think we have a good showing so far. And tuar, of course, in Karnataka and some places we see that what we are getting that it might be down by 25%, but it is too early to predict the numbers now. There might be a little bit shortfall in tuar, but as I said, it is too early because the entire month of July is still, the window is open, so we can see the planting to grow, catch up. So I don't think this is a good time to talk about the numbers, but so far it is satisfactory, except tuar, where we have seen it there is a little bit concern. But as I said, the window is still open, so we can still catch up.
Mr. Kothari, would you say concern is also to the point because most of these pulses have been trading below MSP? Do you see a shift of area to other crops then?
Yeah, that we have seen. I mean, that is why I'm saying the crop of tuar looks a little low, because in MP and in Karnataka also, the information what we are getting, there is some shift to the crops. And this is what we have been telling, because the cheaper import is definitely hurting the farmers. And so that's why the farmer might be discouraged to plant these crops. So though the government has assured that they will buy the 100% of the crop, at least as far as the tuar and udal and lentils are concerned. But that is we have to see practically how far that is possible. But definitely this is a really big concern, because if you look at the import prices, say for example now during the Kharif we have tuar, udad and mung. So tuar Kharif prices, the MSP price is 80 rupees, whereas now the next month we will see the import taking place from Africa, and we understand they have a good substantial crop of about 1 million ton, and as of now the lending cost is around 50 rupees. So and whereas our MSP is 80 rupees. So definitely there is a concern, because the cheaper import will definitely suppress the prices domestically, and the farmer may they may like to then shift to the other crops which are more remunerative. So this is a concern which we have addressed to the government several times. I'm sure that the government will look into it, because the government's main concern is the inflation. But I understand now that the price of most of the pulses are below minimum support price. So the concern of the inflation has been fully taken care of. I think they should definitely look into the interests of farmers as well as the trade industry also.
Absolutely. Mr. Kothari, also, what's your sense really when it comes to imports from various other countries? Because yes, financial year 2025, we've seen record imports come in. But when I look at the data for April, May, even June for that matter, the imports have slightly come off. Is that a pattern that you see going forward as well?
Because we had a large import. In fact, it was a record import of 7.3 million tons during the last year. So we had a carryover stock from the imports. So that's why there has been the import has been has come off. But you see, now the new crops are going to be harvested in the origins. For example, in Russia and Canada, the new crop of yellow peas is going to be harvested, and the prices are coming down. Already, in fact, we are getting the price of around $325 to $330, as against $385 to $400 last year during the same period. And also as I mentioned about the tuar crop is getting harvested in East Africa, so we'll see a good amount of tuar arrivals in the festival season, and price, I'm sure price will further go down. It's already, the African tuar is selling around 55 to 60 rupees in Indian market now, and I feel that this will go down to around 50 rupees.
50 as
well. If you look at the other pulses like lentils is also going to be harvested in August. So I see that in the coming months, and looking at the looking at the festival demand, and though we have enough stock in the with us, so I don't think we require a very large amount of imports. But because of the price parity and the origins are having very good crop, sure they will bring down the prices. And because India is the biggest market as far as the imports are concerned, so they will like to sell their crops into the Indian market. And also, I will like to mention about the udad. There is a good crop of udad in Brazil. Also, they started just 2 years back from 5,000 tons, and we are expecting about 250,000 tons this year. So you see that all the origins, they are looking at the Indian market and they are growing a lot of pulses. And also now, as our government is also striving to achieve the self-reliance, our production also this year was good. And so that's why we need to balance the import so that the cheaper import is not hurting our farmers. So we have advised the government of India several times, and again we will keep on harping on this issue that the government should balance the prices by imposing the dynamic duty. They should impose the duty that the lending cost of imported product is not less than the minimum support price.
Absolutely.
So that the minimum support price policy doesn't become irrelevant.
Okay, all right, Manisha. Thanks very much for taking us through that conversation. Just need to get back to the markets at this point. Well, it is still static, but we do have the advanced decline ratio, which is still on the declining side. So let's see whether that worsens as the day goes along. But just about wait and watch mode currently for the Nifty and the Sensex. We'll take a short break, but we'll get you a lot more in terms of specific stock action on the other side. Stay tuned.